Hello, hello, Mr. Strong. How are we going? Samson is in the house too. Wow. Goody. I forgot to appropriately name today's stream. Which is gonna be a... What do you call that thing again? Yeah, Catalan. A Catalan masterclass. How do we feel about a Catalan? Alright, title updated, ladies. Title updated. Alright. Our first game today is going to be played by a legendary French. No, I will not share ideas, Sensen. Sucks to be you on the side of the Semislav. Don't play that filth against my Catalan gambit, or else face the consequences. Face the dire consequences, my friend. Silent Blondie in the house. No, on YouTube. Goody, goody, goody. Alright, so our good friend is going to be Laurent Flassenet. aka Flass. Behind the white pieces, and his opponent is going to be Kasper Pirun, whose name I believe I can say with a little bit more fluidity. Okay, so we are going to dive into a Catalan with the surprising move 4 pawn to g3. I've heard rumors that this is actually quite a necessity if you would like to enter the Catalan territories. Yeah. Bishop chuck, bishop d2, bishop back to d6. Now, typically, bishop e7 is more often seen in the Catalan than bishop d6. I'm not a fan of bishop d6 whatsoever, but it's a playable move. And because of ChessCoachAndras, now we have got a semi-Slavish looking Strukture. Structure would be the English word there. So yeah, Sanson asks and I provide. That's how I roll in life. Bishop g2 played. Knight d7 and e4. This is why you don't put your bishop here. Bozo. Taki. And then bishop back. This bishop has only played 7 moves so far out of the 6 played moves. So shout out to the GM. And from here on out, it is going to be an absolute catastrophe from Black's point of view, which probably is not really that big of a surprise given how the early phase of the opening went. What do we do? What do we do, ladies? What should we do here behind the white pieces? Yeah, exactly. When e4 comes, you want to punch back with something, and they fail to do that. Having said that, bishop b4 check was definitely the move to be played here. Luring or forcing rather than knight back to c3, and then maybe h6, or then go back home, or then do something slightly less lame than just dropping the bishop back to e7 and hope for the best. This was definitely not it. Toasted is Laurent's catchphrase. Yes, indeed. Toasted. Toasted. I think my French accent sucks as much as every other accent that I ever tried to do, so... yeah. So what are we thinking here, folks? What are we thinking? What is our modus operandi? Are we flipping the board, flipping the table? Are we banging the table? Well, there you go, Mr. Confused. I wanted to add another fun line to the banging there, and then I held myself because I realized that I'm on YouTube. Rivaldo, we are going great. Thank you so much, mate. Decided to stream a little bit for the European audiences because I'm a nice human. You would play knight c3 and you would be wrong. You would be wrong. Actually, quite interestingly, after knight c3, we are going to ask Sansam what he would play with black because it's very instructive. Raju, welcome in. Castles is a knight sacrifice. I do not recommend. Chessfish. What a name. Good morning. Welcome in. Patzer Palooza. Welcome in too. The crew is gathering, and I like that. I do like that. And Sansan is correct. So now e5 would hurt. The point behind e5 is that if I take it, then knight g4. And now we're trading a few minor pieces, and e5 is also going to be reclaimed. I wonder if knight takes is any better. But likely it's going to be some kind of the same nonsense. Take, 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 take. And I don't think I can play f4 here due to some knight e3 shim as always. Maybe I should try to do something like this, but it doesn't look like the funnest way to go about life. Okay, so going back. In this position, white decided to take on f6 to correct call. Takes, takes. And as it is so often typical in the Catalan, black is now having some very, very difficult moments, hours, days with the bishop. Well, I think that if there is a chess book that doesn't help you with pattern recognition, that's the worst chess book in history. But I don't know your chess level, so I can't tell you. But something like How to Beat Your Dad at Chess has a lot of cool patterns in it. Why queen e2 instead of the castle? I don't know the answer. I have a feeling that I might. I think after castles there is c5 or e5 even. So queen e2 was to shut down the only break that would revitalize the bishop. Hence queen e2 first, because black can do nothing that would compromise castling. but casting would have allowed e5. He played c5, and oh, Professor Yuzim in the house. Hello, hello. You sexy beast. All right. What do we do? Here's a fun story for you. I just found a perfume sample on my table, which I absolutely love. Louis Vuitton, please sponsor me. Oh man, it smells so good. I got it when I was in Singapore in the World Championship match, and I checked in the Louis Vuitton shop afterward about the cost of this marvelous cologne, and that's where this otherwise marvelous story took a very dark turn, a very sinister turn. 500 buckies. The country I come from, we kill people for less than that. D5 says tactics. But tactics, wouldn't that contradict the logic of we want to freeze his bishop? Yeah, the problem, Nico, with that book is that it has a lot of positions that are busted, incorrect, flawed, and so on. Anyway, so d5 is extremely counterintuitive to me. It opens up the e-file. It opens up the bishop's diagonal. It does everything we do not want. And it does nothing that we do want. So fix that. Fix that, ladies. I'm not happy. How often do I say that sentence a day? Fix that, ladies. I'm not happy. That's basically my general catchphrase, modus operandi. Wherever I go, whatever I do. Of course, rook d1. Of course, we don't release tension. We bring another dude to the party. And just in general, we're trying to stay in control. Take. Now e5 is very, very poo. Because knight b5 and knight d6 is going to come on time. On occasion, rook d6 depends on what black is trying to throw at us. Having said that, what black did here was even worse. They played a5. G'day, best chess teacher of YouTube. How are you doing? What do you think of Hikaru's advice of mostly focusing on tactics to improve? Good piece of advice. So what do we do now after a5? Oh, by the way, I have got some new design, guys. I have got some new designs for the merch. I am super excited. We are definitely very, very close to launch with the new merch material, and I am very, very excited to see it out. You were just probably Castle. Oh, Jezerino! Buddy, someone has made you a YouTube sensation. Your name is on every single chess social media outlet there is. You are now as famous as Mia Khalifa, and rightly so. Different assets, same fame. Don't worry, it will catch some traction. Maybe I just actually need to put Mia Khalifa in the thumbnail, and then we are gonna kill it. We're gonna absolutely kill it. All right, castle's correct. Rook b8. Yeah, this is the ultimate Catalan tragedy. What do we do? Apparently, my Mia Khalifa idea is popular. I like it. But I'm not the only one who is absolutely cuckoo in the head. Remember, keep it simple. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Let's go. Rook e1 on knight b5. I like that a lot. I do like that a lot. Knight b5 is not coming up on the engine's radar. I'm trying to think why. No, I don't find anything untoward about knight b5. I think it's a perfectly fine move. Yeah, rook e1 was played, but I do think that knight b5 is totally fine. Yeah, just play simple chess. Bring all the boys to the party. Girls too. Iari 76. Now, Iari could be Japanese. Not many other ideas do I have as far as what background could Iari be. Hopefully Iari is going to reveal the secret. Mr. Symphony of Nepal is in the house too. So now what do we do? Now knight b5? Or we're still holding out for b6? Fres played a very mean move here. A very mean move. Why not e5 after white castles? Because knight b5 and then I'm penetrating. Like mad. We are penetrating like a 2-year-old bull. Actually, I don't know how old bulls are when they mature. But I wanted to say something cool. I failed. So what do we do after knight c5? Yeah. All squares in the center just become very, very loose. Hey coach, I've watched Jeremy Seelman endgame course, but I never felt like I got benefits from it. Is that you, Sully? How did you not benefit from that? What did you watch it in a language that you didn't understand, or what happened there? You don't understand knight c5. Hello, like you have a piece that stands like poo and has only one square to go to. I don't think that this needs any explanation. Doesn't it develop a terrible piece? Now a3 b4 is a very common positional blunder. Because a3 would be very well met by what? Correct. a3 is always met by a4 and then sad face. Let's not do that. Oh god, Kiara Kitty is streaming too. Oh boy, why did I turn on my stream then? Anyway, whose interest would it be to trade queens? Good question. I like that question. For the moment, I wouldn't rush into it with white, because the generic idea is that if provided that we can find a good move here for white, black is struggling to play a good next move. If you wanted to queen trade, you would go queen h5, e5 rather than f3. Because after take, you score a fat tempo on the knight. Queen h5 per head dog man is very good. Second best move. But the best move here appeared to be queen e3. Just to send a bit of love towards the horsey. No, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Because now if they play bishop d7, then we have got a very sexy winning move. This actually I completely overlooked, and then it occurred to me. Oh boy, this is actually top-notch sexy. Like, sexier than me, which is a bold claim. Oh man! Is there anyone in the on the Twitch stream who remembers when we had that clip with sexy? I need the audio of that. Oh, I will ask Rengar when he's around. Oh, we definitely need to resurrect the sexy. Yeah, why to move be a rockstar? Let's go. Who is this human? Gotham fan! You are in the wrong neighborhood, brother. Or perhaps you decided that it was time to actually follow the real deal. Good on ya, man. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Nah, knight c6. Come on. Like, what, you want to trade all these beautiful pieces? Nah. We want to win. We want to win. We don't want to trade. 96 is playable, but I wouldn't do it. Is it another Gotham fan? No, this is Greek Goth. HGF. Bishop takes, and then black can pick off either this or even this. And this looks a bit too early cashing in for my liking. Now, there's a forced win here for white, guys. Like, carnage, game over, +4. Gotham fan dude just tuned in, and now he's already turned away. Ay. My mistake. My mistake. Sack the rook! Sack the rook! Okay, maybe he's not gonna stay. The rook! Knight EF, I don't think makes too much sense, because then we can take this, no? Knight B, Bishop B, CB. Why do you think tactics that's good? Is it a textbook case of going from clearly better to clearly worse? Like, you managed to double up your pawns, so now the only majority is here, plus the knight on c5 is on an outpost. Like, wouldn't you rather bite into your hand and do this? Head dog found the square for the knight, ladies. Knight b3. Attack, attack. They take the knight, you take the bish, and ta-da! Trapped. Now that is not something that you see on anyone's stream. That's why even if you are a Gotham fan, you end up here. Alright. Cheers to me. I like the videos Gotham made recently with his wife. I hope that you are talking a chess channel here and not like OnlyFans. Jesus Christ, I can't believe that there are people here who watch my chess content and they also watch Levy's honeymoon. Like, that is never an overlap that I was hoping to be part of. Oh boy. That is, I'm still coming to terms with this situation. But I need to take it as a compliment, I'm afraid. Anyway, hope he has nowhere to go. Yeah, I don't know if he made it better or worse by saying that he made videos going over her games. Yeah, here we go. Alright, the Levy vibes are real. Okay. Anyway, the game continued after Queen e3 with h6. Which goes to show that black is completely busted. Like, nothing can move. They can't break out with e5. Bishop d7 loses to knight b3. b6 is likely losing to knight c6. So, the fully deployed army is just completely squashing black. And now Fress just makes everything perfect. And now is the time to cash in. You made a horrible mistake. What was that horrid mistake? Why is Chandra do mate? Fucking hell, that is a sentence and a half, mate. Why is Chandra, that would be me, do mate? I don't even know how many words we need to add to that to make it semi-sensible. Knight f5? Yeah, I don't think I would take that. But what do you do if I go lady to c7? The reason tactics is because e5 sacks the pawn, but you don't get any activity. Like, I just take it. You take back, I take again. There's no activity for you here to be had at all. Like, you have a diagonal. You don't have activity. That being said, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with the notion of black needing to do something drastic to change the trends. So what do we do after queen e7, ladies? I think someone might have said it then, I just casually didn't look. Okay, knight f5 is getting a lot of popularity. So go here, you go knight d6. I go rook d8. What do you do? No, because of knight b5. Okay, I go b6. What do you do? This doesn't look that bad to me. This is not something I would write home about either. But it looks like black is somewhat alive. Jó estét kívánok, ChessCoachAndras! Says der Führer. 76. Why is the German guy talking to me in Hungarian though? That is so confusing. Grüß Gott, my Herr. Mein Herr, meine liebe Damen und Herren. Grüß Gott. The knight h6 idea, I think that was a bit OTT. Knight here was decent, but we need better. Why did black never move the rook? Because he didn't take enough lessons from Levy, apparently. Arsenal, I would rather bite my hand off than take this. Although now it may be a necessity. Out of curiosity, how many languages do you speak? Hungarian fluent. English acceptable. I swear like an absolute champion. I understand a fair bit of German, but I can't really speak it. I can put on an incredible Indian accent on my English. And that's about it. As for loose rook, correct. Oh, der Führer ist nicht ein Deutsch. Mann. Warum? Wo ist da? So yeah, queen. Actually, that meant who is there, not who is that. Anyway, queen e5, correct. Nah, I think we are okay with the English. I just try to be fake humble. Indian language. No, I don't have any Indian languages. I don't speak any Tamil or Hindu or yeah, any of those, regrettably. Yeah, so now after rook b8 we have got a very sexy move again. What would that be? What is the best chessable course I would recommend to advanced players beside mine? Well, there's a lot, to be honest. Like, it depends on topics. Like, anything by Giri in openings is absolutely fabulous. anything in middle game that is by Helston, the 3 Helston books that were turned into Chessable are brilliant. Now, I don't want to do an Indian accent because people will pull the racist card on me. Unfortunately, the internet is flooded with princesses and snowflakes. I think that Sam Shankland's course is by far and large are very, very good. The pawn structures by Flores Rios presented by Nielsen has to be one of the best ever out there. Because the book itself is a work of a genius, and Nielsen really knows his stuff. Especially when he doesn't talk about politics, but chess. Yeah, knight f5 is a killer now. And ironically here we can actually afford just simplifying into an endgame. Because this endgame is completely hopeless. Like, absolutely irreparably hopeless. Nothing like I'm... Oh, shit. Sorry, my wife is texting me from the other room. Yeah, this endgame is like plus 2.5. Rook is coming in. C5 is gonna fix the pawn. Black has no play. You are dead. We are winning. GG. Yeah, Helston's opening strategy is one of the best books that came out in the past 20 years. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. No, I'm not taking students right now anymore, and the reason for that is because the best coach of the world contest organized by ChessCom is going to kick off in 2 weeks, and that means that I will have to take on a few more extra students while that is going on, and I'm just gonna be spread too thin. That being said, if you could join my Discord thingamabobby per group lessons. That's where you can find some extra intel about coaching. As an Indian, what is an Indian accent? Never heard anyone speak like they do in Hollywood. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, after Queen e5, opponent played knight a6 and Fres just collected the pawn. And after b6, there came the coup de grace. Where did the queen go that triggered immediate resignation? Hey bro, can we play a match? No. And the reason why we cannot, in case you're wondering about my very brisk and firm rejection, is because I don't play games right now. As you can probably tell, by the way. Casper streams on Twitch, cool. So yes, knight c6. Someone nicely dodged my stupid question. We don't move the queen at all, of course. Knight c6. And after takes check, king goes knight c6. We are going to collect another pawn. And 47 pawns should be enough even for Fressinet. Fressinet. Oh, this is that Casper Pirun who's like a world champion solver, isn't he? Shout out to him then. Alright, next game is going to be a slightly different story. Because this time around we are inviting world-class grandmasters to the party. It's funny how every time I stream, we have got a party. Like, it's never just chess and fun games. It's always a party. Always with the hottest dudes and the hottest ladies present. And this party, my friends, is going to also feature Mr. Geary. And who doesn't like Mr. Geary? What happened with bishop d7 after queen e5? Knight f5 wins again, even more than otherwise. All right, let's begin. Thank you very much, new joiners. Boyfriend of everyone. Ooh, that's an ambitious title. I never thought of that one. Maybe I should change my YouTube name or my Twitch name to the side bloke of everyone. Tapiosa King is joining the party. Welcome in, brother. All right, let's go. Oh, shit. No. Don't look. That didn't happen. I just accidentally pressed the wrong button. Shish kebab. Chess coach for snowflakes. Hello. Alright, does anyone know what the main line is called here, which goes like e3, b5, bishop a4, bishop b4, bishop d? Does anyone know the name of this super cool variation? Bishop here, cb, b3, bishop b7 take, and then we have this super cool 2 connected passes here and then 2 here. Oh yes, I've got some educated humans here. Indeed, this is the Noteboom variation. Boom boom. Also the Bangkok variation. Arké A. Barna. Jó reggelt. Szevasz, bátya. The notebook. Now I will call it from here on out the boom boom variation. The Bangkok massage variation. All right, so Note Boomski. That's right. Let's bring on the Boomski. Note. Wait, let me say it. Note. There you go. Note Boomski. Oh, by the way, I also fixed up the Boomski. Boomski is now looking very clean. Boomski is now looking very clean. Let me see if I can share it with you, subhumans. No, I'm joking. You are absolutely incredible humans. Oh, for frick's sakes. Ha! So the Boomski merch is looking sharp at the moment. Let me see if I can put this up here for you. Wait. I'm just leaking. Nah, maybe I shouldn't be leaking my emails. Nah, we'll come back to it later. Never mind. We'll come back to it in a moment. Anyway. A4 was played. Bishop B4 was played. Still hoping to transpose. But Giri went, nah. Bancho is your friend. Well, we don't know each other personally too well because we hardly ever met. I'm a slightly different generation from him, but I have got mad respect for the guy. He's from the town where I used to go to university. Fuck it, I want to show you the Boomski. I can't help myself. Here we go. Can you see it? Yeah, you can actually. What do we think, ladies? What do we think? No, I don't mind talking through my thought process. I do that all the time, every now and then. It's looking pretty clean, right? I wish I could set the sound effect with it. Oh. I accidentally pressed 2 buttons. Let's just go with Boomski. Fuck, I could listen to this all day. Okay, back to chess. But I reckon this cleaned up pretty neat, right? Like this is definitely good shit. Yeah, good. Now just don't forget to put your money where your mouth is when it comes to crunch time, yeah? I'm glad that it has been well received. Better than having a giant puma. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so Giri Fabi, Bishop B2, G2, then knight D7, castles. Let's go back to biz. Queen C2, Oliver Fide is... Oh no, never mind, that was ages ago. Queen C2. Queen A5. And then she played a move I don't think I would have played, or I would have even thought about. Wiggles, MC, Jingles. I will read it out for shits and giggles. 4, 5, 9, 6, 8, 7. Thank you for tuning in. Quite frankly with you, brother, I think Wiggles, MC, Jingles should have done it. I don't really think that the 6-digit number was necessary in the end to make it unique. I'm pretty sure that you were fine by then. Just heads up for next. Yeah, 92 looks totally normal to me. That would be one of my top candidates here. Having said that, I'm not sure what we do after knight b6. I do think that I would consider e4. I would consider knight d2. But I would... 95 is hanging. As unfortunate as it is. Meaning behind Boomski, nothing. It's just an emotive word, like when something explosive happens. I will use it in the correct context during this game analysis and you will immediately understand it. Knight a2, friends, was the move. Knight a2. Who the frock plays knight a2? Apparently apart from Anish. Best move by the engine, by the way. Because this way we actually recover the pawn without any hassle whatsoever. Watch. Bishop d6. Takes, and we're good. Knight b6. That looks like a move that 70-year-old Steve-O would play in the Gangalin Chess Club. I know, rook e8 or e5 looks more chess to me. Knight b6 looks like a rookie move. Queen c2. And queen a4. Oh my god. Who takes pawns like that? Your turn, ladies. What do we do? Catalan, welcome in. Welcome. Good to have you on board. Bishop g5 is a goated move, yes. Shout out to the Bottas sisters. B3, of course, of course. Absolutely B3, no questions asked. Queen a5. And here, Anish missed a beautiful idea that would have given this game a very, very different direction. Flavor. I don't know what to call it. I want to sound very posh. Check this out. The idea is that according to the annotator, Queen h5 is ultimately black's plan to get out of dodge. Right? And so the best way to meet that is to play e4, threatening e5, bishop e7, and in this position we have got an incredibly unique idea to cut out this. Before you say it, it's not e5. Wow, Kellen typed in every single legal move in the last 2 seconds. That's impressive. I don't see how knight c3 would prevent queen h5, Ayushman. It seems to me that it forces it. You successfully failed the mission. Cats play chess very well. No, but close. So far, no one has come up with the right move except Carlin, who typed in every single legal move, so I don't give it to him. Instead, I will give it to Nico. Knight g5. Actually, yeah, the Charlie Files was mentioned the other day by the mastermind Rengao. I would much rather do, mind you, a rating roulette. That was the best shit I've ever done in the non-serious chess category, and I even took that seriously. So the idea is that h6 is playable, but now we go after the queen. And now the queen is very tightly jammed in. Now it's important at this point that we don't try to force it, because it's a little bit like farting. When you force it, it might turn out to be a poo. And you take this, and then they take this, and then they take this, and all of a sudden, we have got a very, very rough situation at our hand. Once again, analogous to the farting situation. So, don't rush it. Just pull back. It's all G. This attack is not running away anywhere at all. Kerlin, are you Hungarian, or you just managed to find out one of the filthiest yet funniest Hungarian slang expressions? E5 does stop the queen, indeed, from crossing the 5th rank, but it does come at a price that we would rather not pay, which is that now we have got a horse coming in our face, which is also not something that I would necessarily want to experience in my life. So, yeah, you've got to be a little bit sensible about these things. Anyway, Anish wasn't. He played knight e5. As an offense, I don't need to trap the queen. Like 95 wins the bishop. That's good enough for me. Oh, good old dog head. Head was timed out. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Okay, now comes a really cool move. Ayushman, I don't think that you followed the mathematical explanation there. So when you win a queen but you lose 3 minor pieces, that's not what you necessarily want to open a champagne bottle for. Welcome back, Doghead. Careful because the bot is deadly, as you can see. What would you do now? This move is actually brilliant. Like, really, really cool stuff. Arsenal fan, beauty. Like, this is the boomski. Because now after ED we have got bishop a3. And after c5 we have got another very, very sexy move, e3. And all of a sudden we have got the Catalan wet dream. This is the Catalan player's wet dream. Very nice stuff. d3 played, rook takes played, and the queen went back to b8. Observe the back rank fest scenario. Knight d5, knight d5, and rook d5. And now black is cooked. But like very, very thoroughly cooked. b6, and Anish here played an absolutely brutal, deadly move. Once again, I must bring about the fart analogy. It was silent, but deadly. Silent, but deadly. Rook g5 is closed. That will be our follow-up. Bishop b2. Bishop b2. And now we are going to absolutely wreck them. Catalan is actually Hungarian. That is freaking amazing. The reason why we're not playing a lame move like rook here is because black would pay serious money for white to take this. That's the worst thing you can do in this position. Alright, because then you have got no light squared bishop. The light squares around the king are quite weak, and we're spending time to win shit on the side of the board where we have no intention of playing. Instead, we want to murder this guy. And as a side effect, if that falls, that's fine. But that's not your top goal. Now, Kerlin, as much as I appreciate your Hungarianness, I need to ask you to switch to English, please. And now this beastly human brings about every single piece there is on the board to assemble it against the enemy king. Okay, now I need another very cool move. Another very coolsy movesy. Oh, that sounded pretty lame, didn't it? Rook h5 is very cool, but is it also very bad? Looks like it's hanging. Tiffy, hello Coach, schön dich zu sehen. Danke sehr. Sehr hübsch. Who was this lovely human? Rook 1 to b4. As in, that's his name. Okay, what is the move? Queen c3 is met by f6. Rook h4. Good, but there is better. Bishop d5, says the Hungarian dude. But the idea is not to take this, it's to take this. Correct. King f8. And up on rook f4. Fabi called it a day. That was a fairly brutal reminder to the opponent that things can get rough. Even in an unassuming opening. Like the Catalan. Was this a classical game? I believe so. Let me check for you. Let me check. Tata Steel 2013. Weikanze. Yes. I'm about to sneeze. I sneezed. I don't think I needed to announce that. I think you heard it. Yeah, Giri was still young and ambitious and deadly. He's still ambitious and he still can be deadly. Okay, the next one is going to be an absolute brutal carnage fest, which is exactly what I said about this one, so... Oh boy. Rook e7, how do you finish, is the question. I don't know, I would start looking at Queen c3 and deep penetration. Second, I would look at this, because this also looks somewhat difficult to deal with. If Queen f4, we have check. So yeah, there is a fair bit of sexiness happening here. Yeah. All right, let's go. D4, knight f6. This is Dubov, probably the greatest mind of the Catalan. Question for the fans. Is b5 playable here or not? Very famous draw. I mean, white can try to sack and then get cute, but this shouldn't be too much. So yeah, b5 is playable, and white is best advised to not to engage. But our game saw instead knight a5, queen a4, knight c6, which is super lame, by the way, and rook d1. Now black is already pretty much cooked because c5 is not playable, b5 is not playable. How do you develop the queen side? That's Firouzja, by the way. To be fair though, I think it's a blitz game. Which I just managed to close. Yes, it is a blitz game. They played bishop d7. Your turn, folks. Your turn, folks. d5. That's a good joke, but no. Queen c2 is very reasonable. Queen c2 is very reasonable. So let's come back here. Queen c2 is also very good. Queen c8. What now? e4 now. Very good move. I like e4 a lot. He played bishop g5. But I prefer e4. h6, bishop back. Rook d8. e4 now. And black is completely busted again. Now comes the key maneuver that I always ask people to remember, because this is a game changer if you have this in your mind. d5, e d5. Why would you want to control c4? Holy Moses. And why would you undevelop a piece in order to do that? None of that makes sense. Tactics, you are on the money. So the motive that you need to remember is d5, ed, and then e5. Now we are so damn winning that even ed is playable here. But after ed, bishop f5, all of a sudden it's unclear as to how much better we actually are. Whereas after e5, this is over. The reason being that after bishop f5, queen a4, they've got two horses hanging. So they had to drop back. How do we win now? Kish plus minus. Queen a4 wins, queen c3 wins, queen c3 was played. Yeah. What's wrong with knight x8? Everything. But mostly the fact that... wait. Most of the fact that I'm an idiot. Nothing is wrong with knight c8. Because it disconnects the rooks, so after takes you can actually take. Yep. That's why I don't look at blitz games. Okay, last game for today is going to be everyone's favorite chess player Hans Niemann in the black pieces. With the black pieces rather, against an actual favorite, Salem Saleh, who is a beast. This is my line, by the way, from my chessable course, which Salem plays quite a bit. I love Hans, he's my idol. Yeah, he has been shaping up quite well. It's important to note that he taking c6 is super lame, don't do that. Because then after queen b6, although black loses the pawn back, but now this pawn formation is quite impressive. The bishop gets traded off. Black has no problems here. So don't do that, castle, and then play the next move for white, which is what? There are two good moves here for white. b3 is one, very good, which was played. What's the other? A4, correct. Chess on Earth! Hey, how are you going, young man? Good to see you. Yeah, b3 was played by Saleh. They are both very, very confrontational. In my course, I recommend a4. But b3 is also very, very good. And in fact, in my course, this idea comes up a few times as well. No, a4, b4 is not that great, because then after knight e4, c4 pawn is corner. Thank you, ChessCoachAndras. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, okay, so b3 play take. And now you just simply want to play e4, or the more positional plan is to play bishop f6, eliminate the knight, and then try to come in here. Bishop b2, that's weird for my eyes, but who am I to judge? Oh, okay, so he wants to go in without even trading. That's fair. I like it. And if takes bishop takes, then of course there's tremendous pressure on c6, especially with the off-bem file. Yeah, I dig this. I really do. Please talk in English, Caroline. I don't know what modern chess is anyway. I would go immediate c5, but I don't play any of the black side of the Catalan, and for a very good reason, by the way. 95 played, knight c5 played, happy days. Now we have got the double knight situation, which denies knight d7, and the bishop is absolute poop fest. Thank you, Sausage, for joining. Take. And now we again have got the two absolute monster bishops. I do not recommend Queen's Gambit declined for black. There is a very good reason why my black opening recommendation for club level players is the Slav, not the Queen's Gambit declined. Queen's Gambit accepted is also okay. Yes, a little bit too passive for my liking, yes. White to move, what would you do? Bishop h3 is decent, but not best. Doesn't e4 win a piece? I don't know how you propose to win a piece with e4. It's a great move, but winning a piece? Like, which piece do you hope to win here? Please point at the piece that you are hoping to win here. How? Who? When? This is how the game went, for the record, but we just simply settled for bishop c3 here with the idea of shutting down the a5 break. And it's looking pretty gnarly for black already. Why do I like the Slav? Because it has a lot of positives and none of the negatives compared to the Queen's Gambit declined. It's a very healthy opening, which is what club level players should play, as in healthy stuff. And some people already hinted at f4, and you were all correct, but only now. Now it is the time when the black army is utterly passive to go after them. Do we push in or do we not? f5 or not f5? What's the word, ladies? No, never f5. I think you misquoted the Ben Feingoldism. Indian defense. I don't know what that is. Tactics, when you say stuff like f5 makes the bishop terrible, I always feel like countering to that, like, and it doesn't make all three of these also terrible. I always argue, and I have a YouTube video on this, that you should never ever evaluate a position from a perspective of one piece. Especially when we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 of them on the board. Like that is a textbook case of tunnel vision evaluation that we go like, oh, now this bishop is shit. Yep. As is this, and that. Can I ask you, Asina, Fan Richie, and Kerlin, to continue your ongoing flirting in private messaging instead of on the chat? That would be very, very useful for us mere mortals to be able to read what matters rather than your toing and froing. So yeah, you are right. F5 shits on the bishop and on the rest of the black army, and hence played. Rook d8, queen c2. The engine actually prefers b4 with a complete freeze up of the position, and then we can also come in on the light squares. And that's my final comment, that this bishop is actually potentially gonna be the beast of the day with a maneuver like this. Am I married? Absolutely. So when you were inquiring about my love towards sausages, only as a culinary experience, that's how I like sausages. Eating them cooked. Sorry to break the bad news to you, brother. Plutonic. Isn't that platonic? What the fuck am I? Yeah, okay. I was just about to Google it. I'm like, did you just turn platonic into like physics and plutonic? Like nuclear bomb love? Okay, tick. And I will need the ladies again. Now we are going to... We're going to unfuck everything that we messed up for Arsenal fan Richie. Because the best move is now going to be played with his favorite piece. Indeed, Chess on Earth knows the truth. So what do we do, ladies? What do we do? Bishop h3. Bishop h3. Very good. Rook f8. Let's bring all the boys to the party. Rook d1. 96. And the next move is going to come to you as a shock. And it is by far the best move on the board. I wonder who is going to hit it first correctly. Oh, that's awesome. My daughter is next to me and she's calling me mother because of you calling me lady among ladies. Nah, Chessom, that's not how it works, buddy. So there are some exceptionally awesome men around. And then, of course, we know that when handsome men like yourself or myself stream, and we have got this irresistible charisma basically pouring out of us, then the ladies are swarming in and watching us in secret under false names and accounts. It's a known fact that about 98% of my viewership is ladies between 18 to 40. Can't help it, man. Like, this is just what was given to me. Ah, there you go. I already scored a goal. I am happy, Chess on Earth. If I made one sad person smile, it was a worthy day to wake up, and now it's time to call it a day and go to bed. Hope to accomplish something equally cool tomorrow. Now, knight e4 is annoying. Is a very good observation with regards to what we should do. However, none of the recommended moves that you listed are dealing with the threat that you are not happy about. Yeah, we just need to take the horsey, but the follow-up is equally important. What do we do after retake? Take the hook! No, let's not do that. I agree that one would be a little bit hesitant to give up that beauty. But you will be handsomely rewarded afterward if you think a little bit deeper. Knight f2. Arsenal find Richie on fire. It has nothing to do with the control of those two squares. It has a lot to do, well, not the control, but obtaining g4. So you want rook d6, knight g4. And carnage on f6. Additionally, we are also going to kill them on the d5 because they can't defend the knight on either of these squares. Check this out. Rook e8, rook in, knight g4. Now we are already threatening with lots of dirt. Like sack, sack, take, come here and then double sack. Lots of poo is going down here. Yeah, it is hell now. And this was a perfect time for black to resign the game. But he didn't. He instead gave up this pawn. But now this mad lad played an incredibly sexy move. Like, this is chef's-kiss sexy. It almost matches the sexy of the streamer. I actually did analyze this game once already on stream, so some of you might recall it. No, neither. Oh, Pandax. Pandax. You are the fastest to get Stockfish on, eh? Bishop d8. La Brillante. Boomski. That's the show me the money moment, ladies. That is the show me the money moment. So the idea of bishop d8 is, of course, that it attacks the rook and the pawn indirectly behind it. Also, it disconnects rook from bishop. So if I go rook random, I can just pick off c8. And finally, if rook takes, then knight f6, and all of a sudden there is a pin on the rock. So take, take, take. And now every single black piece is hanging by about 5,000 attackers. All right. Fantastic, ladies. That's gonna be enough about the Catalan. I suggest that we play a few games and then I'm gonna call it a night. If you would like to play a game, please challenge me to an unrated blitz or bullet, your call. Thank you, Rivaldo. Nah, don't worry about the exclamation marks. Just find me, Chess Coach A, and off we go. Can I please make more videos about how to properly use the engine to improve? Yeah, I could. They would all about be forget about it. Get a decent coach and you will actually improve a lot faster than by pressing the button on the engine. It's like, imagine if you wanted to learn how to drive a car from your Tesla. Engines are not there to teach you. Oh wait, I think I declined a lot of challenges, sorry. Oh shit, I was doing my regular routine of declining challenges. Apologies. If you challenge me just then and I declined, you challenge me again, please. Was it a mouse slip? Okay, let's have some fun. I always prefer Slav over Queen's Gambit decline. Why would I ever go anywhere else? In no comparison would I ever prefer Queen's Gambit declined over a Slav. Ever. This is a pretty wild opening story here. I actually don't know if I like what I'm doing here. Probably not. I forgot that Arsenal fan is a decent player and I went a little bit too casual on this situation. Now that looks a bit off though. No? Can I just take, maybe not die? Yeah, let's go here. Now if I go h5, which is what I wanted to do, he might have e6. Takes, check, king d7. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, I forgot that h5 is capturable in the end. Nonetheless, we'll do this because it looks fun. Not. Okay, that looks odd. Like it doesn't have a queen sack of some sort, so bishop h6 looks good. No? He doesn't have time for bishop f7, which is what he wanted, I reckon. So now rook here. Wait up. This is getting troublesome for white all of a sudden. I thought that now I had a few too many aggressors on f4, no? What am I missing? Okay. So this cuts out queenside castles now. d5 is hanging. That's a very cheeky idea there. Which I respect a lot. But piss off at the same time. So he wanted to take on d5 and I couldn't have captured back because of the pin. Hello, Born to GM. How are you going, man? I'm not happy that I had to walk onto the c5 because my king was very snug here, but that was a cheeky move. I have to give credit to Fan Richie. He's playing a few creative ideas here. Objectively, I think he's dead now, but... Yeah, what? Bishop there? Wait, what? Does he want some queen here, some nonsense? The knight is pinned though, so I don't get that. What the frick, bro? That's hanging. That's a check, king b8, and that's it. He just sold his grandma for one check. That's what we say, call it in Hungarian. Selling your grandma for one check. I know that this is better for the Europeans, my friend, but if you ask my family's opinion about this meta, they are going to give you some altogether different answer. This guy and his moves, bloody hell. I mean, screw it. I'm gonna defend it if you don't take it. Maybe he's gonna play a4 and then queen c7. Okay, let's get rid of it, the queens. Also, born to GM, not that I want to whinge, but viewership numbers, subscriptions, all of those things need to be taken into account. None of which was particularly sexy today. But then again, I would need to do more streams at this time to attract those kinds of outcomes. Hello, Fitwolf. Hello, Fanrichi. Hello, everyone. In fact, the reason why I do tune in every now and then at this time is exactly to, you know, show it to the rest of the world that I still am streaming and I still create content and all that jazz. So this is your chance to catch me, say hi, you know, gift 5,000 subscriptions, whatever works. Or get me 50,000 YouTube subs. That would make me a lot happier, actually. I fucking hate this line. The person who invented this line should be banned from chess. By the way, we are on 48,158 YouTube subs, so I actually exactly need 50k to be very, very happy. Yeah, this is an abomination, this variation. Absolutely freaking hate everything about it. But didn't it blunder knight g4 now? I think it did. I needed to play knight c3 first. Servus, Mate. Sorry, I had to greet the biggest Hungarian fan in the chat. My endgame is stronger than my hairline. Buddy, like, my hairline doesn't exist. I reckon I've got more hair on my butt cheeks than on my head. Which is a very crude irony of fate, really, if you think about it. I'm glad you embrace the hairline. Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? The fucker just keeps on disappearing. My good old father used to say, who also was cursed with this hair issue as I am, I probably inherited it from him, that I could count it by now. Like, I have got so few I could count them up. No worries. Just do a roll call every morning. Jono, Steve-O, Rhino, and that's it. Everyone is present. Well, I don't think I could get hair implants until it's all gone, right? Because I guess I could, because there's already clearly patches where there is fuck all. No, what I really should do is to start shaving my head, but there is a mole somewhere on my head and I am very afraid of cutting into it, so I don't do it. I don't necessarily judge people with hair transplants. Whatever floats your boat, man. I don't know why I'm playing these moves, by the way. Queen here is the idea, and I didn't want to allow any of this. Yeah. I mean, usually when I trim it back, it's almost bald. Like, you can just barely see that there is something there. Why would you lock in your B? I don't think I quite caught that one. I would like to understand what that meant, but I did not. By the way, Tactics and Swindles has got a very sexy lady as his profile picture. Ah, because that B was coming out this way, brother. That was not blocking in anybody. That's a classic myth of club players, that you think that because of that diagonal is closed, then the bishop is doomed. It's like, no. Not at all. And as I was talking shit, I got tricked. Fuck. Excuse the French. Yeah, that I didn't block it in, bro. Like, I don't understand why people think that this blocks in the bishop when I have got a diagonal here. I mean, yes, it does block this diagonal, but the bishop had more than just one way to go. Okay, let me think, because I got myself into a bit of a pickle, I believe. Although queen c6 is fine, no? Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm... Wait, queen c4? Oh shit. Okay, no, I did get myself into a bit of a pickle. I mean, I really want to do it in a noble way, which is to not to flag my opponent, but to come through natural means. I mean, I could take and then counter pin. It's kind of cute, but I'm really reluctant to give up this beauty. But I have to. That's actually a pretty crafty way to solve the problem. I'm proud of it. I am actually proud of this move. And all of a sudden, the pinner has become the pinnee. If only pinnee was a word. Hey, brother, that's hanging. That is not exactly the cleanest conversion technique that I'm demonstrating now, but close enough is good enough. So we want him off the 7th, so that my king can step up to here. Note I'm shielding the checks, and there is no pawn on either side. Now, optimally, we would want to go up here and here, but h5 is hanging. I'll go here, I guess. I'll go here, I guess. Don't ask me why. Realistically, f5, e5 is the plan. So actually, I think I need to bring the king back. Yeah. Yeah, e5 good to go. And now I can trade rooks. I forgot that I could trap that rook in already earlier. Now it's well and truly over. Yeah, GG. spray paint my head with black. That would be pretty classy. But I would rather go for pink. Okay, let's do a Slav, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a London. Oh no! Oh no, this dude has some standards. I like standards. Okay, it is after all a London, it's just reverse. Oh, what? That's funny. Now that was a YouTube chat sub. Justin Bettridge. Thank you, Jus. Good old Jazzy. Good old Jazzy. And now we can tuck the bishop away here. Alright. Now we want to go in there. Like that. We'll retake with the bishop. And then we're going to play f5. And we're going to play an upgraded stone wall. Well, actually, no. Okay, yes. Rook c1 in these types of positions is almost always useless, because if you take here, I take here, and there's nothing to bite at here. Yeah, I didn't want to allow knight b5, that's why I played a6 in the previous game, but was it totally necessary? Almost certainly not. Okay, now there is a few ways how we can play it. Let's just go continuing the attack. That seems to be the most natural. Various kinds of captures in e5 might have also been good. Now take, knight c5, queen d4, knight e4. Does look very appetizing, but f3, I don't know. All right, let's go and turn it weird. If here, I'm gonna go here, because I don't really want to trade those bishops. I just needed the tempo to get the hell out of here. Now we scored another tempo. Thank you. I do think that my latest videos are bloody amazing, and yet no one is watching. Well, not true. They have been getting a bit more traction than my average videos. Oh shit! I actually missed that. Fuck. Is this a threat? Shitballs. There's a lot is going on here that I missed. Okay, let's come home first. Yeah, so those of you guys who are here, generally speaking, I would say that you guys are watching it. And yeah, some of my recent videos did get some better views. By far and large, we're nowhere near where I would like to be, but I take any small win I can get. Yeah, so now we have got some problems with this pawn, but isn't this hanging as well? Hello? And now we want to get... Oh, he's gonna get e4 in. Shit. Oh, well. What can you do? If e4, I'm thinking maybe e5. Yeah, and then I can blockade here, then it's gonna look good. Admirable Sausage, I like you telling me that. Do you know how old my YouTube channel is? Don't stress about gaining exposure. Says that about a 12 years old YouTube channel, maybe older. I don't even want to know when I started this channel. But now I will look it up. I don't even know where to look it up. Fuck. Ha! 2016 was my first video, brother. So, coming up to a 10 years old channel. Exposure will come with time. Okay. Should I hold my breath or not quite yet? I wish you were correct though. So I thought that now we have a lot of shite going on, which compensates for the fact that my bishop is a bit junky. Well, that's what I'm counting on. Temo is. Justin is in the house, by the way. Hey, Justin. I noticed that you just subbed to my channel, so you probably don't know what we're talking about. So if you want to do yourself a favor and learn some cool chess, then have a look around amongst my videos. What's your rating, Justin? Why didn't I take F2? And in which position, my love? Oh, Chess Dojo is raiding the party, and I actually happen to know that that was Uncle Jesse. Because I took a quick peek when he came online. Shout out to the legends, the Chess Dojo guys, and to Mr. Jesse Cry, whom I spent a lot of tournaments together with, by the way, but I never spoke with the man. Because he played a lot back in the day in Hungary in the first Saturday tournaments. And I'm almost certain that we overlapped for some of those tourneys, but somehow we always avoided each other. Would have loved to talk to the legend. I think Jesse and I have a lot in common. The obsession with chess for sure is one. The incredible sexy looks with the glass and the bold facade is another one. So I don't know when you wanted me to take F2, because now it... Oh, fuck, it's my turn. Okay, let's go here. Dev got the sexy looks. I don't... That was an embarrassing move, by the way. Maybe I should have gone to H3. But yeah, I couldn't have taken F2 at any given moment. I told you that you should challenge me either Blitz or Bullet if that's what floats your boat. Yeah, Jesse confirms that we definitely have the sexy looks. Yes. I mean, look, it's just one of those things. We're both stunners. GG! Now, this guy played pretty well for his rating, by the way. Alright, I'll take the last two, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day too. By the way, welcome in, Raiders. I'm a rude douche. And I forgot to acknowledge that we have got some legends. By the way, if Jesse is still here, I thought, when I saw you guys going online, I thought actually that it was Kostya broadcasting, from Portugal. But apparently that's a tad too soon. I somehow assumed that E3 was coming, so I pre-moved D5. It wasn't my finest moment, really. Yeah, the Maya tournament. Yeah, I'm not particularly pleased with how this opening went. Oh, in the previous game I could have taken on... Wasn't I pinned to the queen by any chance, ladies? Like, hello? I'm not saying that you are wrong. But I'm saying you're wrong. Wait, let me go home. I want to check now. I don't think I'm... Can I? Yeah, I can. No, that wasn't it. So according to you, I could have taken... So I went rook f3 here. Like when, bro? How? f2 hangs my queen. Still hangs my... What are you guys going on about? Holy hassles. Stop blundering my queen. Jesus, I hate this. How the heck am I gonna turn it into a semi-decent position? Ugh. E4, knight, g5. Nothing isn't... Like, these two should be reversed. Oh my god, this is just dog poo. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm going here. Chess Zebra, hey. By the way, did my good friend answer? Oh, he's a 1400 rapid. No, I was asking that question because I was wondering how well you fit into my YouTube audience, not because I wanted to play a game. And if you have 1400 rapid, you will find a lot of good shit on my channel, let me tell you that much. Okay, now I'm only gonna take another 7000 moves to set up an attack and then watch the rest unfold. SB Panthers, welcome in. MG Grinder. You can just find my YouTube, not my YouTube, sorry, my ChessCom account, which is ChessCoachAndras, and you can challenge me. So they want queen g5, which I'm going to deny. Okay, so you guys tell me that instead of attacking the queen... Oh, here! Now here I could have taken it. Right, yeah. So as usual, it turns out the chat was correct, and I'm an absolute idiot. But there is absolutely no news about that. You are 69 in rapid. I am 69 in any format. Wow, this dude is a bit desperate for trading pieces. Okay, let's go and let's see what happens. Once again, I'm not digging the vibes, but we're gonna win by a flag anyway. A3. Wow. Okay, now we're getting closer to the goal. We are definitely getting closer to the goal. Okay, let's kick this guy gently in the face. How do I eliminate this dude is my only problem. Because if I take this, then the queen takes back and I get awkwardly pinned against e4 take take. E4 take take knight takes is also a bit not great. Beautiful English there by the streamer. I'm gonna play a shocking move. No, I'm not. But I wanted to, so I should get some credit at least for the intention, right? Okay, fuck it. I want to see what it does next. Exactly. Although, Ay, ay, ay. I should have taken this first. B5 there would have been quite annoying, actually. He kind of knows what's up. Like, he just played rook here to defend g3. And I respect that. Shit, this mate is not gonna be a bad finish. Oh! Dude is sharp. My dude is sharp. Now I'm going to try to set this checkmate. Let's see if he stops that. Nah, instead he allowed both. Alright, last game, guys. Last game. Did I miss a four's mate? Quite possibly. Because I'm good at that too. You guys are just jealous of me. You can't miss mates like I do. Whoa! Panthers! Thank you so much for the subski. Freaking legend you are, buddy. Thank you. It was a bit of a sub drought, I must admit, so we needed that. Thank you, Rivaldo. Cheers, buddy. Oh, that's awesome, Panthers. Can you, next time you see me, share the game. I will put it on. By the way, am I an idiot or the chess dojo is back on? What? They just raided me and now they raid... What? The fuck is going on? I'm so confused. Didn't I get a raid like from the dojo like half an hour ago? What is happening? Am I in some kind of multiverse? Addy! With the sub on YouTube. Fucking legend, thank you. Can anyone explain to me how the dojos raided me and now they are streaming again? Yeah, that's what it feels like. I didn't really think about f6 too much. I think I should have. Jesse doesn't understand technology. I respect that. I respect that a lot, actually. I think technology should understand us better. Oh, he might have done an accidental. Yeah, I didn't. Fuck, I did. Ah, yeah. So the castle's here. Take. Knight takes. Is that looking shit? It's feeling shit. Well, I'm sad to do this, but I have to. You know what will be epic when I rate him in about 5 minutes? That's gonna be the real epicness. Is he leaking some YouTube data, by the way, right now? Just asking for a friend. Is Jesse right now leaking YouTube? Jesse, you need to stop. What the fuck? I mean, I don't mean to direct traffic away from me, but I think Jesse right now is leaking Chess Dojo YouTube data. Wow, just by looking at your stats, which shows your viewership, the money you made, all that shit. I could put it out in a click. Except I make so little money that for me there is no shame in leaking it. Like, that's it. There you go. I just did it for you. But it's nothing to be ashamed of mine, so I don't care if people see it. Like, by the way, 700 is one of the highest ever, but that's because I got a few donations through the YouTube channel. That's it. Like, you would want to see Levy's, not mine. I lose money on YouTube, so I am very happy to leak it. Adi Kitani, thank you so much. That was actually a very nice tactic. Shit, knight b4 hitting these two. Wow. I'm getting rolled by this dude here. That was very cool. That was very cool. Can I defeat Levy? I played him about a week ago. Now, I don't count that as a win because it was a bullet game, but I did. Do I think that I am therefore better at anything than him? No. Which is why I don't like these questions, because they don't lead to anywhere meaningful. Like, can you beat Levy? Yes, I can. Are you a better YouTuber as a result? No. Are you a better chess player? Also no. I mean, I may be. But that's definitely not going to be determined by us slogging it out on YouTube. Here, checking here, rook takes. And I can't really get to the... Fuck. The underbelly on time. I'm getting scared of this bishop. So yes, I can, and no, it's meaningless. Emil hates him. No, I don't think that is correct. I think Levy hates Emil a lot more. Which is quite weird, to be honest. I mean, Levy finds every opportunity to kick FIDE as hard as he possibly can. And I think that that is very, very unproductive and at times absolutely unnecessary too. Like, fair enough, they deserve a fair chunk of criticism, but grabbing every single opportunity in your life to rub their nose into their filth, I think is not the right way to go about life. Especially because, by far and large, they have been doing a lot of things lately better than before. And so, you constantly criticizing an institution on account of, yes, you are doing good, well, excuse me, but you could be doing a lot better, is definitely valid. But since they are on an upward trend, maybe chill the fuck out a bit every now and then. It's just my hot take. Please don't bring any racial shit into this. No, I don't think that Levy should stay doing what he's doing. He's bringing a lot of people to chess, which is fabulous. He single-handedly brought so many players to the game that we should be eternally grateful for that. The problem is that such position comes with a decent amount of responsibility, which I think you need to embrace as well. And I feel that sometimes he's lacking in that department. Ah, I know what happened. Jesse forgot to turn his stream off. Please, someone send him a Discord message to turn the stream off before he goes on to content that might cause more problem than leaking YouTube. Please. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. Anyway, I gotta call it a day, guys, here. Have a fabulous day. I don't know anybody here, guys. Wow, this is truly a dead zone. Oh, Born to GM, you played a really cool game there. That opening was very, very poop. But afterwards, it was quite fun. The queen sack was totally unsound, but I missed that bishop a3 idea, which made it very decent. I really don't know. Oh, okay. I hate doing this, so I don't. But anyway, I'm going to radio off the StarCraft streamer because he's an awesome guy and there is no one currently streaming chess, so it is what it is. If you like StarCraft, you like it. If not, just get out. If you love StarCraft, you will have a good time. Bullshit. StarCraft 2 never died, bro. It's as alive as it has ever been. Alright. Catch you later, guys. Love you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Let Roselia scan that one ninja base and was like, wait, this is it? No. There's a full auto base